Yes, thank you very much, Callum. Welcome back to EGL Central. I'm joined by ReL. ReL, how are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
Enjoying the event so far?
I am, yeah, really enjoying it. That was a really close game there. I actually missed the very end of it, so I'm not quite sure who won, but...
It was Vitality in the end.
There we go. There we go, Vitality are through.
Very strong four last teams left now. So we got Epsilon, Vitality coming up on the side stage. How is that game going to go down?
I think it's going to be a really close one. I think Epsilon will edge it. I mean, the sort of accolades that each of those players have got and the experience will kind of shine through, I suppose. But Vitality are obviously a really strong team. We've just seen them just narrowly beat CM there, who have taken out some of the top teams at this event as well. So I'm predicting kind of a 3-1 win for Epsilon, I think.
Yeah?
I'm going to say that.
Any player on that team was going to stand out, really, against Vitality? I know Tommy used to be a part of Vitality, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, well, this is it. I mean, going back to, I think it was I-50 who played under Vitality, and I think they got second place, losing out to TCM. I think it was the first Ghost LAN, actually. So the lineup's really strong. I know it's had a few changes in itself, but not only does Tommy know how they play, but I think Tommy as an individual player anyway is one of the standout players for Epsilon for me. Obviously, Jerd, Swanee, and Josh, all high-achieving players, so each one of them could go off on any map.
Okay, then, let's talk about the next game up on main stage, then.
Okay.
We've got TCM taking on ReL. How do you think that one's going to play down?
Well, this is quite an interesting one, actually, because going back to the last event these guys competed at, which was I-51, Rain actually defeated TCM in the bracket initially, and then TCM came from losing in the continuation to actually come back to take them down later on in the tournament. So it's going to be a really close one again. I feel like I'm saying this every time, but when we get to this point in any kind of tournament, it is literally the creme de la creme or the best teams that are left, and it can just go either way. I'd say TCM might edge this, but Rain have just been playing absolutely incredible this whole event, so it is anyone's game.
To take down seed number 1 is going to be a massive confidence boost for these Rain guys going into this match.
Well, this is it, and it's something that I was actually discussing with someone before. I think with Rain, they've got a, one thing that's going for them is that they do see themselves as slight underdogs when they're going up against these pro teams that are so recognised, that have played internationally at such a high level. It's got to be very motivating for them to actually go up against them and take them down, and it's one of them things that I just hope in later tournaments Rain don't get complacent with how good they actually are. They need to keep that hype, and at the moment they've got it. So, in
all fairness, that when I actually interviewed Devitt before, he did say, "Look, we've got top 3. I'm happy at that. We're going to go into these games." I suppose with a relaxed attitude like that, it's better than going in, sweating, flooring. Things are going to happen.
Yeah, but they've just got to keep the concentration in this, I suppose, not get ahead of themselves, take it one map at a time. And, they know they're going up against arguably one of the best European teams now. They know they've beaten them before and they can do it again. So it is just going to be a case of taking it, as I say, just a map at a time against them.
So go on then. Who's going to win it? So you going for TCM?
I think I said that originally, but I'm actually feeling Rain now. I'm going to say 3-2 to Rain.
Rain. Okay then. So going off of that one then, moving on. If your predictions are right, Epsilon will play Rain again.
Yes.
Back in the grand finals. Could it be a repeat defeat for Epsilon?
Do you know what? Now we're actually talking about it in this way, and the predictions I'm giving, I actually think Rain could win this event,
Yeah?
And I think it'll be a bit of a shock to everyone. Everyone knows that they're a good team now and knows that they can go far, but I don't think anyone's put them as the first place prediction, so I'm just going to go out there and say it. Rain for first.
That is going to be a big confidence boost as they just sit up behind us. So, while we're waiting then, let's talk about COD Champs.
Okay.
Have fun?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's always strange coming from, Call of Duty Championship to an event like this because, not to take anything away, it's an amazing event. I've always been a big fan of EGL and everything, but it's obviously very different. Yeah. So, it was absolutely loved it there. The production and everything ran smoothly and just as good as the first time I went over.
Brilliant. ReL, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, guys, we are going to pass you over to the casters now, or you get the main stage game underway.